Hey everyone, this is Nitro. In this video, I thought I would talk a little bit about Erisa and her mech and the current situation so that you can decide whether it's worth drawing for her. So obviously, if you like her as one of the waifus, feel free to draw for her, but from a practical gameplay perspective, I truly cannot recommend drawing for Erisa. And there's several reasons for this. Number one is there's several pilots upcoming that are far superior to Erisa. And even the characters on current banners, if you don't have them, are superior. For example, Lorna is still considered one of the best healers, even on the Chinese server, because of her ability to allow other characters to act again. You have this double hero banner where you have potentially the choice between Sylvie and Hong, and everyone has been saying how you see all my videos use Sylvie. Hong, probably not the best, but Sylvie, amazing. Right? Even though she is starting to become less usable. And then Frida, of course, has been a mainstay in my party and is great. So you have three other banners that offer really, really good pilots, whereas Erisa is honestly kind of mediocre. The other thing to be aware of is if global server follows the banners that the Chinese server and the Japan server and all the other servers have, the next major pilot we should be getting is Kelly. And Kelly is actually considered the absolute best sniper pilot. Okay, so given that's the case, the next banner is going to be very important as well. So once again, important to save your resources for it. And Kelly's mech is also really, really good. So what I'm kind of saying is you really want to draw on that banner rather than this one. It might be a month till Kelly shows up, but it's something to keep in mind. And yeah, finally worth mentioning is Erisa's mech also really isn't particularly worth it in my opinion. It's a decent mech, but it's not like amazing. Right? So, and one of the issues is it's a heavy mech. First of all, being a heavy mech, that limits the number of users of this mech. And the other issue with drawing for Thanatos is basically if you've been doing what I have, you've probably been focusing on building up a Kong already. And you probably have your Kong already at, maybe some parts are at Rainbow like mine, and the other parts are likely at Gold 3. So in addition to this, combine the fact that you have your dispatch from the arsenal to get Kong parts, and if you are putting money into Explorer's Quest, the Explorer's Quest of this month is actually a choice between Kong parts and Wolverine parts. So if you get Kong parts from this, plus the delivery network, you basically got yourself a Rainbow Kong. And so that makes it, how are you going to get 4 copies of Thanatos, right? It just isn't going to happen by comparison. But briefly talking about the Thanatos kit, it is actually pretty solid. Like for example, the main skill is that when actively attacking, if 3 or more targets are hit, restores 1 AP after combat. So AP restoration is it's a very nice to have effect. But again, not required. Is it better than Kong? I don't really feel that is the case. Flawless mod, if you manage to get a Rainbow Thanatos, will increase the damage you deal, decrease the damage you take, and also provide some health restoration. So it's like an all-rounder skill, not 100% focused on increasing damage. And an accuracy mod, always nice to have. Accuracy mod means you get increased damage because more of your attacks will hit. So yeah, overall, I'm not saying it's not a good mech. The skill set is pretty decent, but once again, if we're comparing Gold 1 Thanatos versus a soon-to-be Rainbow Kong, you know, there is just no, yeah, you just can't compare the two. Okay. That's kind of what I'm saying. Okay. All right, and I think that pretty much sums it up. You know, again, I don't see any real need to do a deep dive into Erisa herself and so forth, largely because a lot of other YouTubers have already done that deep dive. Okay? I just wanted to give a quick overview of the current situation and my general recommendations at this current time. Okay? So that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching, everyone. Hope you found this useful. And on that note, Nitro out.